Hey babes in Bookland, this is my March TBH. Let's talk about some books. "2018 March Mystery Madness is rapidly approaching. This is going to be my first year participating in this and also my first real foray into mystery novels. I've read some in the past, as recently as the month of February. However, I have never dedicated this much time and attention to researching and selecting my reading list. So the March Mystery Madness prompts for this year are new, borrowed, foreign, historical, opposite, and shelf. I do have to tell you that 80% of these selections were borrowed from the library, and these are all new to me authors. So that could technically fulfill the challenges, but I am going to just share with you what I selected. So for the borrow, I went ahead and went with Devil in a Blue Dress by Walter Mosley. This is the first of the series in the Easy Rawlins mysteries, and this takes place in Los Angeles, 1948. Easy Rawlins has just lost his job and is sitting in a bar when a seemingly wealthy white man approaches him and offers him quite a bit of money to track down a woman named Daphne Monet, who is also a white woman, a blonde bombshell who frequents black jazz clubs. This is going to be my first time reading Walter Mosley, and Brown Girl Reading actually just read a book by him called Debbie Doesn't Do It Anymore, and she had kind of a great review of it and some cool things to say. So I'll link her review down in the description box if you guys are interested in checking that out. But I'm really excited to get to know Walter Mosley a little bit better. The second book I picked up is The Name of the Rose by Umberto Eco. This is going to fulfill the foreign prompt. I believe it takes place in Italy, but also is set in 1327. Some Franciscans have been accused of heresy, and Brother William of Baskerville is sent in to investigate. While he's there, 7 deaths occur mysteriously, and it's sort of left up to him to discover the source of these deaths. This has been on my reading list for quite some time, so I'm glad that I finally have an excuse to read it now. The third book I picked up is March Violets by Phillip Kerr. This is part of the Berlin Noir series and the first in the Bernie Gunther mysteries. So it follows Bernie Gunther in Berlin in 1930s, who is an ex-cop turned freelancer. This is a World War II mystery and uses a lot of historical events and a lot of historical figures in the telling of this story. Bernie Gunther is summoned by a wealthy man whose daughter and son-in-law were killed in the midst of a robbery. I was very attracted to the World War II element of it, and it was described as noir writing at its blackest and best, which is a fantastic endorsement to me. So I'm really looking forward to getting to this, and we'll tell you guys more about it. And this is going to fulfill the historical prompt. So next I've got Meddling Kids by Edgar Cantero. This is going to be fulfilling the opposite and the shelf prompt for me. I obtained this book back in November and haven't had a chance to read it, so I'm so stoked to finally be getting a chance to do so. This takes place between 2 time periods, 1977 and 1990. In 1977, the Blyton Summer Detective Club solves their last mystery when they unmask a criminal who has been attempting to unearth a treasure in a supposedly haunted mansion. In 1990, the kids are all grown up and have turned into pretty flawed adults, and need each other to bring some closure to the events that happened that summer. It does seem as though the kids are kind of in a very sad state when we meet them in 1990. But this sounded like such an intriguing story, and I am wild about that cover art, so I'll let you guys know more about that when I finish as well. The last book I'm going to share with you guys is Grass Kings by Matt Kindt and Tyler Jenkins. I was not planning on getting anything new, but I went into my local comic book store today in search of volume 2 of Black Monday Murders, and turns out Jonathan Hickman is notoriously slow at putting out volumes, which is okay. It's okay. It's a fantastic series, so you take the time that you need with it. But this ended up catching my eye instead. And what originally attracted me to this was just the beautiful, really cool artwork on the cover. And then Patton Oswalt said, "It is amazing, get it." And when Patton Oswalt tells me to get something, I do. So I'm just going to read the back of it real quick and share this with you guys. From the New York Times bestselling writer Matt Kindt and artist Tyler Jenkins comes the critically acclaimed rural mystery series chronicling the tragic lives of the Grass Kings, 3 brothers and rulers of a self-sufficient trailer park kingdom, a fiefdom of the hopeless and lost seeking a promised land. The Grass Kingdom is run by middle brother Robert, who has been grief-stricken since losing his daughters years ago. When a mysterious young woman flees to their community in search of safety, Robert takes her in. As her true identity comes to light, Robert must decide if his chance at atonement is worth risking the entire kingdom. So it does fall into the mystery category, which I was happy to see. And of course, I will let you guys know all about this when I'm done. So those are my selections for March Mystery Madness. I cheated and combined some of the prompts so that I could make room for another book that I want to read this month. I don't know if you guys know, but Matthew Sciarappa is doing a thing. Last month, he made an announcement video inviting people to read the Sea of Fertility series by Yukio Mishima. And for the month of March, we are going to be reading the first book called Spring Snow. I don't know very much about this book. It seems like it's part love story, part coming of age story, part friendship story. All of this occurring in a changing political and economic landscape of 1912 Tokyo. So I was over the moon that my library had a copy of this. I was so happy, and I think this is going to be a really good reading project and a really good reading series. So if you guys are interested, I will link his announcement video below in the description box. Please check it out. I think if you're interested, of course, there's still time. There's only 4 books in the series, so he's kind of spacing it out throughout the year, but that's all I have for March. So please let me know if you guys have any thoughts or any comments about the books that I mentioned, and definitely check out some of the other booktubers that I linked in the description box. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.